Hello and welcome back to the Novice Lumberjack, where I am sitting here with one of two of my Redmax GZ5000s. This saw, I took it to Sawfest last year to race it, and got up to the starting block, wouldn't run right. Weeks later, I'm back in Georgia. Why didn't that Redmax run right? Turned out what it was the flywheel the coil bolts had come loose, and the coil was smacking up and rubbing against the flywheel. Got lucky, no damage was done there. I just tightened it back up, ran the stall, ran perfectly fine, put it on the shelf. So then I have a friend come by, Randy, and long story short, his worker, just his worker, right? We put him to work delimbing this fallen oak on my property, cutting it up into firewood chunks. He comes back and he's like, "Oh no, what's wrong with it? I just pulled it and it did that." And what had happened was sheared the flywheel key. Now that's that's kind of normal, because I had done a timing advance on this, and these don't have a normal key. The key is built into the flywheel. So I just had a new flywheel. I threw it on there just for the time being, and put it on the shelf, and I handed him something else. Well, here I am today. It's months past. Months past. I think that happened in January, I think. So 2 or 3 months passed, and I'm like, okay, I need to go ahead and cinch that flywheel down and everything and get this all back together and just sell it, because I'm not using it, right? But I get it cinched down and on there and everything, and it's locked up. Ain't nothing moving. What the hell? Why is it locked up? Took off the muffler. I was like, did I have an air leak or something? Did it burn up the piston and cylinder? I pulled off the muffler. The piston's all the way at bottom dead center almost, right? And so I couldn't see it, but I looked through the spark plug hole and everything, and I was like, I can't see any scoring. What the hell, And so I was like, well, it's locked up. I've got to get in there, and I've got to figure out why it's locked up. Look what I found. This is why you don't hand a nice saw to a young tree service guy. Look at that shit. Can you even? It slung that rod so hard that it busted into the case. It is sunk deeply into the case. Snapped it off right there. And, of course, it did some piston damage too, because, smacking around and everything. I ain't never seen anything like that. Not that I'm all wizened and know what's going on and everything. But yeah. Holy shit. Ruined the cylinder as well. It just kapow. So now I have a really expensive part saw. I can't even explain that. I don't know. All I can do is make guesses, and it's pointless. You know, it's really pointless. This stuff happens. I can't even explain it. So I don't know how it would spin that many RPMs because it's rev limited. You know, in theory, you can pin the throttle on this thing, and it's shouldn't do that ever. You know, you should be able to pin the throttle and walk away. You know, because it's rev limited. So, can I blame this on the operator? Not fully, I don't think. I don't think I can fully blame it on the operator. No. Um, could I blame it somewhat? Probably. You know, I think that I got the timing advance a little bit too far, which means it didn't want to idle very well. And so, can I imagine a situation where he was pissed and was like, "Arr!" Yeah, but it still shouldn't have broke. It's rev limited, you know? So, what would cause that? I know that it has never gotten overly hot, ever, ever, you know? It there's no signs of an air leak. From what I can tell so far, it did not overheat at all. Period. It's just the small end of that rod said, I'm not going to stick around here anymore. I'm going to come loose. And that's exactly what it did. And the carnage is crazy. Yep. This shit happens. Boy, I wish I would have broken it down right there in the moment, because it would have been fun to share it and show that. But as it is now, I mean, you might possibly could get use out of the flywheel side crankcase, because where it landed, it looks like that seam. You can see the seam is right here. So this side might possibly be good, but I gotta say, I probably wouldn't risk it. I don't even know what to say or do. It's bad. I've never seen anything like that. Total carnage. That thing is effed. Why would it come loose like that? Oh, look at that. So the bearing is still good. I wonder if that piston will slide right out of there. Probably not. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, the piston slid right out of there. We don't have the ring, or sorry, the retainer clip is gone from this side. So possibly the retainer clip came out got lodged, stuck right here somewhere, like right there, and broke off the skirt. And whenever the skirt broke off, it got in there and bound something up in a way that, you know, caused the breakage. I don't see any material down in there, really. So, and on the cylinder here, one would expect to find score marks from that retainer clip. I'm not seeing any. Crazy thing is how it ruined the cylinder right there. You know? That right there, that whole mark is not supposed to be there, folks. That rod hit and busted through there, and the crank assembly was still rotating, and it crammed up and stabbed upwards like that. It broke through and stabbed up. So this cylinder's ruined, even though, I mean, this cylinder was a nicely ported, good running cylinder. And now it's effed. So, this thing just lost every which way it could. Shit. I'm still stuck on that. I'll be damned. You know what I mean? I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, well. If somebody wants it, make me an offer. It's a lot of parts. Well, is there a lot? Not really. Crankshaft's still good. Actually, no. No, it's not. No, hello. The rod is bad. There's not a lot of parts. Somebody want to give me $100? I'll take $100. Ship to you. Later. Oh, I'm keeping this nicer top cover though. So this top cover will go on my other one that I had cut holes in and no longer am doing that. Anyways.